This week's Ask Dr. Durie comes from a lady who's concerned about the cost of her Revlimid, lenalidomide, used for ongoing maintenance. Her specific question relates to the fact that she'd heard that the cost of Revlimid should be coming down because after 10 years of availability in the marketplace, a generic version should be available with a lower cost. So this is obviously a very excellent and broadly important question, and certainly the reduced cost is something that we've all been looking for. However, the situation is that although the patent laws and regulations have been set up such that after a period of time, like 10 years, the pharma companies should have been able to recoup the development costs, sometimes quite high for some drugs, and have the opportunity to have a high drug price initially after the launch of the drug. After 10 years, it certainly had been anticipated that there would be a release of the drug to the generic market with a reduction in cost. For a variety of reasons, this has not happened for the major drugs that we use in myeloma, including both Revlimid and Velcade. And this is because there have been very, very complicated ongoing discussions about extensions of the patent and transitions from patent to generic manufacturers. And bottom line is that there really are some quite complicated discussions going on that might hopefully ultimately lead to the availability of cheaper generic versions. But this is, in the particular political climate that we face right now, very problematic, although we've all heard that the costs of drugs is a flashpoint in healthcare discussions. Really what is going to be done about it is extremely unclear. And so, bottom line, very, very important question for this patient and for the whole myeloma community, really. Unfortunately, complicated discussions and agreements will have to be reached to have a chance to get lower costs. From the perspective of the International Myeloma Foundation, we are definitely committed to help in these discussions and in fact have offered to be involved with joint meetings to bring people to the table, including from the myeloma expert community, patient advocates, all those parties with interests to bear, and to try to reach some planning to achieve availability of generic drugs and also lower costs. But we'll all have to stay tuned on this and see how quickly these plans and discussions can in fact move forward.